Katie with Panagrams and DigitalHeatFX, and today I'd like to show you how to use our DigitalHeatFX Laser EZ Peel system to create a transfer with pattern. I've already printed and married this transfer. Found this pattern online. It's a repeating pattern, and that's really good if you're going to fill up a large space with pattern. And what that means is that every edge can be connected to the opposite edge and it won't overlap. It'll join completely and cleanly. So I've just filled an entire page with my repeating pattern, and this way I can do a bunch of shirts. I'm going to decorate just this pocket. So to start out, I am going to measure the pocket, and I'm just going to cut a rectangle that's that size. Just going to use a normal ruler to measure my pocket. You could make a template in your design software, but because this is such a soft, flowy fabric, I want to measure each one individually for accuracy. This one is 4 1/4 wide and 4 3/4 long. So I'm going to make a 4 1/4 by 4 3/4 rectangle. To get a super straight line, we're going to use this paper trimmer. I've lined the very far cut edge of my transfer up with 4 1/4 because that is my width. Lock it down. Bring it across. You'll note I do have the transfer side down. That way when you run the blade across, it won't rip up the transfer. And now I need 4 3/4 tall. My rectangle ready to go. Once I've cut my rectangle to size, I'm going to line it up on my pocket. And again, because of manufacturing tolerances, not everyone is going to be the exact same. So to make sure this one looks the best it can, I'm just going to take a marker and mark both side corners and the bottom to find my angles. I've cut my angles, and now I'm just going to check to make sure that it looks like it's a good size. You always want it to be just a hair short than too big because you don't want it to run onto your shirt. And because this is such an exact placement, I'm going to use a tiny bit of thermo tape to keep this in place while I transfer it to my heat press. The shirt I'm using today is a tri-blend, which is cotton, polyester, and rayon. So I really need to watch my temperature. I'm going to apply and finish this at 240 degrees. And we always want to cover with parchment paper. But because this pocket has seams that are a little bit 3D and we want good adhesion, I'm going to use just a couple pieces of regular t-shirt fabric folded up and placed on top just to compensate for those seams. We're going to apply for 30 seconds and then let this cool. 30 seconds, our transfer is applied, and we can set aside our t-shirt to cool. Transfer is good and cool. We're ready to peel. This thermo tape can be a little bit sticky, so if you can't get it off, you can start on the corner of the transfer instead of with the tape itself, but mine's coming off pretty easily. Sometimes if you have pattern right in the corner, it's hard to get started. Don't worry, it will come off. My pattern applied to my pocket, and now I'm ready to do the finishing step. For the finishing step, because this pocket is slightly dimensional, I'm going to use one piece of parchment on the bottom that is smaller, so in case it gets wrinkled and I can't use it again, I won't have wasted as much. Again, my t-shirt, and then a larger piece of parchment to cover my entire t-shirt, just to make sure nothing gets dirty in the press. Because we have that extra thickness, we can give it a little bit longer. So I'm going to do this for 20 seconds. 20 seconds is up. I'm going to remove both layers of parchment and our t-shirt to reveal our finished pocket decoration. This has been Katie with Panagrams and DigitalHeatFX, showing you how to use transfers as pattern using the DigitalHeatFX Laser EZ Peel transfer system.